Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showcasing my first creations on Stormworks, and after that I will be showing my newest project. So the first thing that I made was this. It's small, ugly, it's got these weird smokestack air intake things here. All in all, it's a very unattractive boat, but it was the first thing I ever made. I didn't really know what I was doing, so let's go ahead and spawn it here. Oh, I wasn't even close. Okay, coming up the back, here you can see one of the first things. I put some all mags here on the back so that you can put boxes and other things to keep them from flying off the back. Also, there's a ladder here to let you get up here. Not like there's much up here. And coming in, the first thing I will show will be the generator. We'll go ahead and start that, since we'll be turning on the lights. I've got red lights for the back here that light up the deck at night so that your eyes don't adjust. The ship's got heating. Here's the inside lights, which this switch also controls all the lights for downstairs too. Here's the starter. This is the horn. Clutch, throttle, spotlights. I'll go ahead and turn those on. Here's the fuel pump for the ship's motors. Whole water dials, other dials. My navigation lights, the red lights for in here. And then here's all the RPS meters for the engines. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off all of the lights because for some reason, specifically this boat really drops my frame rates, and I don't know why. So dropping down, you'll see, I noticed today when I launched Stormworks, there's this bug here where it looks like there's water inside. So starting off in here, this is the general area. There's the med bay, just one, and 2 seats down here. And there's also a monitor that lets you see out the front for when you're downstairs. And I also use this sort of as an entertainment center. It's just a stretcher, and you can also get in it. And it's funny because when you're in it, no one can see that you're in it. So coming over here is the generator room. It looks really ridiculous, but it does the job. And back here is the engine room. This boat is powered by 4 medium-sized engines. Nothing too fancy. Battery. There's also pumps are in here. Emergency engine room lights. It's the only room in the ship that has separate light switch besides out back. There's also a backup starter switch in here. And there's also this down here. It lets you look under the deck, and it's where the sinking switch is. And it does work. There's also this. I'll go ahead and turn it off. It doesn't really do much. I thought that if I used a fuel nozzle shut-off valve, that I could get the engines to catch on fire. And I've tested it a lot. I haven't looked it up at all, and I can't figure out how to get the engines to catch on fire. You can see them right there, sort of on the radiators. So I guess the first thing to do is to go ahead and take it out on a drive. I'll go ahead and put the clutch and throttle all the way up. Okay, here it is. It's not pretty at all in any way, and it's not a head turner at all. Slow, tiny boat. I'll go ahead and turn some lights on here. Don't need any of those. I'll turn on the navigation lights and the spotlights. Okay. And here it is. You can see that I also put spotlights underneath of it so that when you're in shallow water, you can make sure you don't hit any rocks. It's also got back side spotlights over here and rear spotlights. The only real downside about this boat, besides it being so small, is that I didn't put reverse on it. So once you pull in somewhere, that's kind of where you're at. Of course, if you hook up another ship to it with the all mags, you can just back it out, but no real need for that. So let's go ahead and take this back so that I can showcase my second boat that I ever made. Let's go ahead and pull it up here. Here it is. It's sort of around double the size of the first ship, and it has a lot more features than the first ship. So let's go ahead and get it spawned in here. Okay, and here it is. You can see I put a lot more attention to detail on it, and also I didn't make sure that it fully floats, but once you get going you can't really tell all that bad. So let's go on and hop on it here. Oh, I got a slam dunk there. So back here is the winching system with an all mag on the back, and this is the fuel valve, and that's the disconnect for it. The connect light here is for the mag oil on the winch here. And coming in over here we have lights for downstairs in the hallway and the deck lights out back. Unlike the first ship, I did not put any red lights back here because I figured it didn't really matter that much. And over here we have pumps. Here's cab lights and red cab lights so your eyes don't adjust. The ship's got heat, which I'll go ahead and leave on. There is a monitor up here that shows the back for when you're towing. Clutch, throttle, spotlights, fuel pump, horn, and the driving lights. I also hooked up towing lights to this so you can see that whenever you're towing something here, you can turn these on and they will flash. Pretty easy to do. Oh, and there's my character with matching skin colored clothes. This also has a backup generator, which isn't really necessary right off because one of the main engines on the ship has a generator attached to it. It's just in case you run out of gas and need lights. So I'll go ahead and get this fired up and we'll head downstairs. This ship took me a little bit longer than the other one to make, but I put a little bit more detail in it. So here's the med bay. Here's this. I had a blank spot here and didn't really know what to do, so I put this design here. It just kind of looks like an 8, and I did it on both sides. You've got gear over here, and then firefighting equipment here. There's the engine room, but we'll get to that in a second. First I'll show the med bay. So you've got 3 beds and 1 chair, which I should probably add more chairs, but I didn't really think of it. And all of the rooms have individual lights too, besides the hallway here, which is turned on upstairs. And then here's the crew quarters. You've got 4 crew beds. And there's also a jail in here. And I put the switch over here for the jail because Stormworks physics, you can just get up in the corner and be able to reach switches. I also put a little fireplace here. And over here, for whenever you're in the crew quarters, I put a rear camera and a front-facing camera. But I'm having problems with the infrared, where it stays on constantly and I can't seem to get it to turn off. So I'll figure that out later. And back here, there's sort of a secret little hallway that leads to this room. And this is where you can sink the ship with multiple different doors on the bottom. And then this is down here for the motors, which, just like the first ship, I thought if you put the shutoff valves on the radiator that the motor would overheat and catch on fire, which so far with testing I haven't gotten down right. So moving forward into the engine bay, here's the engine bay. Oh, okay. It actually caught on fire. That's the first. Okay, every single time I have ever tested this, it has never caught on fire, not once. And I've tested both of them multiple times. Oh, I'm just gonna die, and I'm just gonna let it happen. Okay. And there's my body. I'm surprised that that worked. So I guess it does work. Okay, there we go. As you can see, I've got survival on for this, which I guess wasn't the best course of action. But there it is, on fire. I guess it worked after all. I've tried it multiple times. Maybe I didn't have the proper damage turned on in the settings for it. So I'll go ahead and respawn it here. Okay, let's go ahead and get it turned back on here. So going into the engine room that can catch on fire, over here there's heaters on each side, and this contains the 6 pumps. There's 3 for each side. And here are the 3 large motors, and these are the small motors for generators. And this middle one back here is the one that has the generator hooked up to it. And here's the engine room lights, just in case anyone wanted to see that. So let's go drive it. Okay. And there we go. And this one's still not too fast, and as you can see when I was down there, I'm having air problems, which I've tried to fix by putting extra vents on the back, which still hasn't done anything. Well, they're not vents, they're air intakes, so I don't know what to do about that. So I guess let's come in here and put it against some waves. The only real difference with the waves is it goes slower. It handles them pretty well. Against tsunamis, it just kind of goes right over it. And it doesn't really care. As you can see, I also put some of these rudders up here in the front to help it turn a little bit quicker, which does help. So now, I'll just let this wander on out. I'll fast travel back here. I will show my next project. After watching my ship drive away. I should have turned on all the lights to see how far away they'd render in. So my next project is this. It doesn't look like too much right now. It's ugly, solid white, but it's going to be a massive helicopter. This chunk right here will be in roughly the middle to back of the ship. I've just got the propellers here temporarily just to see if I could get it to fly, which I haven't looked up how to make a helicopter. I was trying to do it all by sights first. So back here I was thinking of putting a little weather station, and over here on the same side I was going to put a video station for talking to people. I'll go ahead and turn it to night so that you can see better. Okay, and there's the monitors, which you'll fly through, and the lights. They kind of look pink, but they're red. There's also some back here that kind of give a glowing impression. Backlights are for back there. Okay. I haven't messed around with this too much because I haven't figured out how to make it fly yet. So here's the temporary engine room that I have set up right now. Not much. And this is what it looks like from the outside. And as you can see, I haven't figured out how to get it to fly yet. I have gotten it to tip over on its side by messing with the hotkeys that I have set, but besides that, I haven't figured it out yet. So I just figure I'll go ahead and keep building it, make it the size that it is going to be in the end, put everything where I want it, and then figure out how to make it fly. And I will be posting another video update on my helicopter project here in a few days, hopefully. And when it's done, it probably still won't be white. I was thinking maybe going with an army green. So if you liked the video, like, subscribe, and consider sharing. Thank you.